what we've done here today is we've brought together a wide variety of groups who are all involved in some way with automotive education or workforce development. And so what the plan is here is we're going to run through a few slides, but let a number of these groups come up and give kind of a little 5-minute overview of what they do. The goal here is to hopefully allow every one of these groups to walk away with additional contacts and partners for greater collaborations going forward. The way I kind of summarize it, we've got a group of great people from some great organizations. This is an amazing venue. How many of you first time to visit Lions? Yeah, this is spectacular. It's a hidden gem. How many of you have probably driven by here, you had no idea this was here? There's a big room in the back they're setting up for a private event, so if you need a really fancy place for a corporate event, this place is available, and I think it's probably less expensive than booking a hotel ballroom. So nonprofits like this need support as well, so that's why we're here, and it was due to the generosity of the Lions Automobilia Foundation that this event was no charge. Normally we have a nominal fee from our SAE events, which all of that proceeds goes to support the nonprofit museum. So you're all doing great programs with a common purpose of helping young people get involved in the industry and find great careers. And so hopefully we come away with some great partners. How many of you are not familiar with Formula SAE or Baja SAE? Okay, a few of you are. These were started 50 years ago by SAE International. And it was it's not a motorsports competition. It is an engineering and project management competition wrapped in motorsports because, let's face it, it's fun to play with race cars, and for the companies, it's also a lot more fun that way. But these have become recruitment tools. What would it cost you to go visit 75 schools to recruit? No one's got the time or budget to do that. But if you can go to one event where the best students are from 75 or 100 universities with what we call the rolling resume, it's amazing. And we see students get directly hired from this. Any Formula One fans in the room? There are people who go directly from Formula SAE to Formula One teams with nothing in between. It's amazing. So it opens up a lot of doors. So here in Southern California, we're adding 4 new student groups, bringing our total to 22 between San Diego and San Luis Obispo. So kind of at the top of the heap, you've got Cal Poly Pomona and UC Irvine, and I list them at the top because they're involved in Formula Combustion, Formula Electric, Baja, and Aero Design, all 4 of the SAE competitions. So between the 22 schools, we have 34 project teams out there. So in a wide variety. So the new ones are starting, Biola is starting a program, Harvey Mudd / the other Claremont colleges are putting together a program, and now we've got Long Beach City College hopefully putting together a program, and Saddleback College. So, these are the places that people want to come and recruit engineers at these events. But one of the questions I'm often asked is okay, we know your events are great for engineers. Help us find technicians and fabricators. That's what we really struggle with. And I know at Motivo, that's one of our challenges of finding people who really like to work on things with their hands. So any of these vocational programs are huge for industry. SAE also, of course, has corporate education projects. So if you're looking for a class in brake design, ADAS, OBD, a lot of those are available. We also have a program called AWIM, which is a World in Motion aimed at K through 12. And that's how I got to know Lana from the museum here. They were looking to do some programs and asked if I knew how to help develop a program or curriculum. It's like, we've got it in a box. We're happy to give it to you. And we've got now a way to get our college students involved with a program called Learn Twice. I know we got some Long Beach State Baja and Formula students here. They can get $2,500 for their project if they would go and mentor a high school or junior high school team on a project. And they can do that here at the museum, so they don't even have to go out and visit the schools. So we're trying to create more of those type of opportunities. And then I want to run through a couple slides. I'm going to do all my introductions here first. I'll let you know who's going to come up. Cal State LA is one of our benchmark schools here. They've been doing the SAE competitions for over 50 years now. And Dr. Chris Bachman will come up and tell you about their program. But a fun story, down here in the lower right, that was a super mileage car that Cal State LA did back in 1999. And I was working for Nissan at the time, and we were kind of budget strapped at the time. And we didn't have the budget to hire a bunch of drivers for this competition we were supposed to do. So we made a donation to Cal State LA and let the students drive our cars. And it came full circle. We just hired one of those students from 25 years ago at Motiva last year. So I tell the students you're developing long-term things that will pay back years or even decades later. But Dr. Bachman will talk about the Battery Workforce Challenge, which is a non-SAE competition, but it's with DOE. And here again, and it ties in one of the two-year schools. Lions has got their programs. They'll have hot rodders at tomorrow here, and they've got a complete restoration shop in the back. They have internships here, so there's a lot of opportunities. And the volunteers at this museum are unbelievable. There are multiple volunteers here who are in drag racing halls of fame. So it's not like someone says, I read about that car. You may be talking to the person who built the car. So it's pretty incredible people they have here. And then leads me to the time we've done with SEMA. How many of you have been to the SEMA show in Las Vegas? Yeah, it's an amazing show, but that's kind of the tip of the iceberg. SEMA does a lot of other things. Joe Escobar will be coming up here to talk about SEMA's programs. But we partnered with them 5 years ago to do a spring showcase for our student groups. Last year, we had 425 students from 30 schools show up. And we had students driving in from Northern California, Arizona, Nevada. We had 13 hiring companies. This next one coming up in March, we expect to have 500 students, and I've got Honda Racing is coming, Toyota Racing is coming, Ford electric vehicle programs coming, Mazda's coming, Kia's coming, Hyundai's coming, Karma's coming. We got a long list of companies coming to hire. An amazing event. That one, though, we kind of keep close to the vest because we don't want it to be a John Q. Public event. We need to keep that one focused on the students who are about to graduate as well as companies who are looking to hire them. This one, we wanted to make it everyone's welcome. SEMA's got some amazing education programs at multiple levels, and they give away a lot of scholarship money. And I see one scholarship winner from SEMA who I met at the show. So they give away a lot of money. So any of you who are involved with kids who want to be in automotive, SAE and SEMA both have scholarship programs they should look into. TechForce Foundation, unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight. Zane Clark was working with, I think, a donor, so that was more important than being here. I give him credit, but you can look that one up. And we'll send out a link to all of these for you afterwards. Did DSF show up? Do we have Arnold or Joel here? DSF Werks is an interesting program in Signal Hill. They do some great work, and if they show up later, we'll put them on at the end. But it's just a really cool program of mentoring young men and women. Vital Link, I got to know, and here you go, is fun, these connections. I've known Dr. McCarthy at UC Irvine for many years, and they started this thing at least a decade ago called the Energy Challenge. How far can you go on $1 of energy? It didn't matter what the fuel was, whether it was electricity or gasoline or diesel. And that kind of ran its course, and Vital Link took it over and really exploded it into an ED-specific high school competition. So now the college kids in Formula SAE can now go recruit at the high school level. And now the parents for the high school kids see that, yeah, this is not just a one-off project, it is the launch pad for a great career. So this is going to be at the brand new Saddleback College Tustin campus for their automotive tech program. So if you have a chance, please go to this. It's a really cool event. Unfortunately, conflict, we couldn't get SWE, that's the Society of Women Engineers. They have a program called SWENext to encourage young women in high school to pursue STEM careers. Fantastic program. Nicola Weiss was supposed to be here for the H2GP, that's a little hydrogen-fueled vehicles, but she's right now, she had to spend this evening working, chasing a $500,000 grant for her foundation, so I think that's a good excuse for not being here, but another really cool thing, and they've got some events here in Southern California. I don't have kids, so a lot of this I work with a lot of the college students, but I wasn't really up to speed on how high school programs are today. And I ended up going to an SME, Society of Manufacturing Engineers meeting at Hawthorne High School. I met Lucas Pacheco. It is the coolest high school shop I've ever seen. They've got a Haas 5-axis mill in their high school. It's really cool. So if you're looking for an interesting high school program to support, I can highly recommend that one. And then, where do we got? James, you want to come up here? Actually, hang on, I'll do the introduction and then we'll switch over. But we got James from Long Beach City College, and I don't know if Taylor has made it here from Saddleback, and then we got Cypress. But those are 3 programs that all have some connections here to the museum. Several of the instructors from Cypress also volunteer at the museum, but all stellar programs. And we got Joan come up and talk about LACI. That's the Los Angeles Clean Tech Incubator. They do some workforce development programs that are up in downtown LA. Some really cool stuff with middle school girls in STEM and other programs. Accelerate, if Charles is here, I don't know if we'll get to him, but Accelerate, another program. So there's a lot of these opportunities. And sometimes if it's a parent, they might be able to find one that's closer to their house, because a lot of it comes down to logistics of how far can you travel to participate in the program. And then EXP, the one I just met, and there's that phrase, guilt by association. I like credibility by association. EXP did a thing on workforce development, and I saw that Hannah White from Toyota was speaking at that. So it's like, okay, if they got Hannah speaking, it must be a good organization. So I went to it and thought, this is really cool. We need to have them in our event. And then a couple other ones. How many of you have heard of SAE SoCal? Only a few of you. This is a really interesting group, and I owe it to the folks at Evo Electric for pointing this one out to me. They've got, it's Orange County based, but they extend far beyond that. They cover a variety of topics, all related to sustainability. They did one on water, they do one on energy, and they got one coming up in April on mobility. But some really cool stuff, and they have a foundation. They do some things on the grade school level as well. And then for anyone who's involved in manufacturing, you got to know about the Gene Haas Foundation. Kathy Luman, who's our executive director, has the coolest job in the world. She gets to give away millions of dollars of other people's money. So any school, any education group related to manufacturing should put in a grant to the Gene Haas Foundation. So really cool people. And then the last one who I just met, another great connection, my friend Greg Ball, who I've known for years, introduced me to Jason, and he's starting this brand new group called Gear Her Up. And so these are the ones that we're going to talk to. So Lonnie, you want, actually, we'll have Dr. Bachman come up, and then you next. And then we'll have Lonnie come up. This will be very informal. At the very end, we can do a Q&A.
I feel like I have to do a correction though, Dean. I think, as you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but Baja was started by a professor at University of South Carolina, not SAE, right? I feel like as a fellow professor, we have to, and I believe the Formula SAE came back second after Baja in 1980, started at University of Houston, something of this nature. Later taken over by SAE. Now they don't, I don't know if anyone here has done some of the design judging, but they generally frown upon us professors being in the design judging because we're too theoretical for their taste these days. I can't completely blame them for that. Anyway, so my name is Chris Bachman. I'm a faculty member at Cal State LA. I've been there for 8 years. I'm the chair in the mechanical engineering department. I got involved with SAE, really, I did battery materials for vehicles, but I wasn't, hands-on like SAE, but I was the advisor for the Baja team. The dean, when I first got there on the first day, was like, hey, they need an advisor, are you willing to advise? And I said, yeah, sure. And after that first year, I was just kind of addicted to it just because I saw how much the students learn every day working on a real project like that, working as a team together. So I really fell in love with teaching through these sorts of projects. And so at Cal State LA, so that's a little bit about me, but I'll talk to you a little bit about Cal State LA and some of our programs. I might have unplugged you there, Dean. I'll plug you back later. But so Cal State LA, what we're actually known for in the education space is actually being the best in the nation in social mobility. So we take the most students whose parents are in the lower 20th percentile in the income bracket and move them into the upper 20th percentile. We have a range of engineering programs, which I'll talk about, and we put a ton of students into PhD programs. A lot of people don't know it, but we actually have a lot of research that goes on at Cal State LA. We have about 3,000 students between our engineering, computer science, and engineering technology degree, and we do $10 million in research. So here we go. So these are some of the degrees. We have all this kind of standard civil, mechanical, electrical, computer science, but we also have a fire protection program, and we have an aviation administration program, and then an engineering technology program, a little bit more like industrial technology, a little less calculus. And then we have material science programs in all of those, as well as even a material science and engineering. So for students here who think they might want to broaden, some of their skills going into graduate school, then our material science program is great for that. And here are some of the companies that we work with. So I'll talk a little bit about some of the automotive engineering. Well, I guess first, I'll say this. We've had a Baja SAE team for about 45 years. We've had pretty much all the design competitions that there are, from the solar-powered cars to the human-powered cars. We have Formula SAE. And eventually we transitioned our Formula SAE team into, I don't know if people know about, SAE has a series of competitions, and so does the Department of Energy. They put them under a category called the Advanced Vehicle Technology Challenges. EcoCar is the most well-known out of those. But they also have one called the Battery Workforce Challenge. So that was the picture Dean showed. And so what we've been doing on the Battery Workforce Challenge is we partner with a community college. So we're partnered with Cerritos, and we compete against 12 other universities around the country to electrify a Ram ProMaster van. So we're building like a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, everything from the electronics to the battery management system to the cooling system to the modules that are holding the batteries to the bus bars. And so there's a bunch of smaller schools, but also bigger schools. Ohio State's partnered in there, McMaster's in there. So there's a lot of Clemson, a lot of bigger name schools. But this is a great competition, and so I think this is a great model for anyone who's trying to do some sort of workforce development, and that the Department of Energy and the Argonne National Lab help administer it and have their engineers help guide a lot of the rules and a lot of the inspections. And then we actually partner with Stellantis, the owner of Ram, and we work a lot with their engineers to do the design. And so it's a great way to work on a real problem, work with the real hardware that's on these vehicles, and network with industry, network with national labs. And so this is one of my favorite projects. It's great too because I don't know if people have done Formula or Baja SE, but you're really just given a rule book at the beginning of the year and asked to come and show up and see if your car passes technical inspection and then go and race. But here they really help you along the entire way. So they're helping you with your designs, they're giving you feedback, they're holding workshops for how to do battery safety, for how to do battery disconnect units, and so forth and so forth. So I think I'd highly recommend getting into any of those competitions or helping develop some of those competitions. So with that being said, at CSULA, we're developing currently a lot of workforce development grants. There's some that are just being offered out by NASA. We also have a couple with like the LA Economic Development Corporation. And so if people are interested, we're trying to create a lot of workforce development hubs. So my email's up here. It's just chris.bachman, or come talk to me after, and I'd be happy to try and figure out how we can do workforce development together. And so that's a little bit about CSULA, and thank everyone for your time.
Get Lana up here to say a few words on behalf of the museum.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight for the SAE event. We are so proud of this event. We're so honored to have Dean Case be our leader in it and really help launch our educational program. We started out about, now going on 6 years now with the Lions Foundation, and we are growing stronger every year. We are launching more and more education programs. We're bringing in school tours for elementary school, junior high, and high school and college. So we're really excited about it. And this year, October 2nd, we're going to be having our major high school workshop. We're going to bring in corporations, we're going to bring in schools, we're hoping between 250 and 300 high school students to kind of come in here and really explore opportunities in automotive and motorsports industry careers. So that's our goal, that's our mission here at Lions. Rick Lorenzen, who's our founder of the foundation here, that was his goal. He wanted kids to really loved what he loved, and he loved automotive. And he loved his race cars, and he loved this museum, and he just wanted to share it and get the kids really engaged in what opportunities there are in the automotive and motorsports industry. So we're excited this year. We have our October 2nd event, which is going to be the day before our SAE October 3rd event. We have workshops that we're launching. We have Pinewood Derby workshops we're going to be launching. I'm working with Traxxas to do an RC build, so kids come in and learn how to build their own RC car. Like I said, we have high school tours, junior high school clubs, as well as this year we just brought in an internship. So we have a gentleman named Bobby Johnson, who is our newest intern. Is coming in and he's getting his degree in museum and administration. So he's going to be actually, this whole back section over here is going to get converted into ghost tracks, so the history of automotive in Southern California. So that's going to be part of his college homework for us. So we're going to get him to come in here and work with some of our legends. So there's a lot of opportunities here. If you want to get more involved in the museum, please reach out to me. I'm here all night tonight. We can exchange some ideas. We have corporations that want to get more involved. We're here. Our arms are wide open for more opportunities. And for me, I grew up in this industry. I love it, and I just want to be able to share that with the young people out there to know what a great industry this is. So thank you, Dean Case. You're excellent. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Dennis, you want to come over and talk about Vital Link? Watch your step here. You can use the clicker.
Sorry. You're gonna have to bear with me. I teach kids a lot, so my voice is it's weird using a microphone and stuff like that. So hi everybody, my name is Dennis. We are representing a company with my colleague Netta today called Vitalink, and we're a 501c3 nonprofit located in Garden Grove in Orange County. We're here to talk about the EV challenge, but a little bit about Vitalink. We serve about 20 school districts, a little over 40,000 students across Orange County, LAIE. And about roughly on track. Last year we did 170 events, probably well above that this year. So my small but mighty team always does not like me because I make them work too much. But we do good in the community, all centered around workforce development and CTE pathways. But let's get back to EV challenge. So I know Taylor Brooks isn't here from Saddleback College. If you guys get a chance to come see Saddleback College, it is jaw-droppingly beautiful of a campus at the ATEP location. Their automotive program is bar none phenomenal. So we partner with Saddleback College. We have for about 4 years. Okay, well I'm off. 4 years, and as Dean Case kind of mentioned, this was the brainchild of UCI and Mike McCarthy, and it was how much energy you could produce on $1 driving cars, right? It's changed over the years. This is our 17th annual competition, but really 28 teams, 13 schools from Los Altos High School all the way down to Saddleback Valley. So it's all over. And our design of the competition was giving students a year-long project that they can go design, build, manufacture cars, all EV. We build out a track for them and they race them and test on how much wattage and energy they can use and produce on the laps that they do. These are just some of the schools, from Los Alamitos to Estancia and Newport Mesa, to Tustin, to Foothill, my alma mater, who likes to win every year, to Beckman, to, we have a variety of different school districts all competing. And it really encourages hands-on learning in STEM. It's the day of, with this competition, the big build was building a pipeline where these high school students are on a community college campus with, hopefully Cal State LA will be there, UCI will be there, 4-year opportunities as well as industry representation there. So a high school student can, every step of the way, find that pipeline up, right? And really there is, and we'll go up to the numbers of what's out there, right? But a lot of people don't know in high school districts, there's 27 high schools that have auto collision repairs as a pathway, right? Auto technology, 31 high schools in Orange County. 43 high schools have electromechanical technology as a pathway in their programs, right? And this is just a small snippet of what's available. So we're trying to find a way, and that's what we've been working on with Team Case, to find how we can bring our high school competition directly insert them into the SAE competition as well, right? And just a snippet of the jobs, right? 2,000 general automotive jobs available, 800 automotive engineering available, 280,000 mechanical engineering jobs just available as of February, right? There's 350,000 students just in Orange County. So when we put that in realistic ways, we can feel some pipelines here. So we figured out a fun, exciting way to do that is through a competition. So at this competition, as I mentioned, high school programs, student programs, community college, 4-year, and industry representation will be all there at the competition. There's 3 days that these students participate in. We have a design presentation day where they get judged via Zoom by industry representatives. Cal State LA is part of our judges. Karma Automotive is part of our judges. They're basically showcasing their design, their build, their thought process, their communication, their team management, and that gets judged. They move on to the next day, our technical safety inspection, because I would be out of a job if these kids got on a racetrack without being safe, right? So they get points for that day. Checking off the list, whether they're race day ready or they have to go back to the lab and work on their cars. And then we have a race day, May 9th. We have flyers on our table. We hope you guys enjoy it. Judge, just see the competition. It's really fun. We have food, music, a whole jazz. We set up an entire track for them, and it's really exciting and fun just to see all their hard work, because it is really a year-long project. Support, we always, of course, need support. So if you're interested in being a judge on any of the 3 days, come talk to me, myself, or Netta. Grab a flyer out there. Sponsorship opportunities, of course, brand exposure, all that jazz. You can come talk to us. I'm not going to linger on that, but at the end of the day, all the support matters, whether it's a judge, a sponsor. It's all impacting these students' lives. So we have roughly around a little over 260 students, all interested in becoming automotive technicians, engineers, designers, technicians, anything you imagine. And they're really passionate. So it's a perfect example to showcase your college, showcase your 2-year, showcase your program, your job, open a door for some students, right? And then if you want to scan your QR code, we have flyers in the back. But that's all the challenge.
I think the big change for this year, though, is on the new Tustin campus. They have 2 buildings, the Automotive Technology building and the Culinary Arts. So it could be really good food this time. James, you want to come up and talk about Long Beach City College? You brought a contingent here. We'll set this up for the next slide.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dean, for the invite, and thanks to the Alliance Automobilia Foundation for hosting this event. It's really great to be here. My name is James Hawthorne. I'm one of the full-time faculty members at Long Beach City College in the Automotive Technology and Advanced Transportation departments. And since this is a workforce development event, I should probably talk about the mission of California community colleges, and your local college here at Long Beach City College really is workforce development. Our first goal is to train our students how to be automotive technicians, working in the automotive industry, working in advanced fuels and transportation. So we're kind of growing beyond just automotive classes. We're developing the advanced transportation program to include electric vehicles, hybrid vehicles. My colleague and I actually wrote a hydrogen fuels grant for the NSF that we were awarded. So we're developing hydrogen fuel cell related coursework to train technicians for that emerging technology. And first goal, get students trained so they can go out, get jobs, work in this industry, but we want to do so in a way that we're providing for their future educational opportunities. I really encourage my students, and there's a bunch of them here tonight, to follow through, not just get certificates, but work on your associate's degree. All of our programs have Associates of Science pathways, so they can go into automotive technology, advanced transportation. In addition, we've also got a lot of great programs on our campus for welding, metal fabrication, construction, culinary arts, all the different trades that we do. But our focus is the local automotive industry, and there are a lot of folks from other schools and people from my school that I've worked with. Greg Ball got mentioned. I know so many people who have started off in the industry as an automotive technician and then worked their way up into all sorts of different avenues, working for manufacturers, becoming field service technicians and engineers. And so with the right background, like, you can really advance yourself in this industry. If you're just prepared to learn, to work hard, to get the hands-on skill set, and in completing that first step in your educational path really sets you up for future degrees in going up to four-year universities, master's degrees. I've seen students really reach some amazing heights, and that's what our mission is here in Long Beach, is to support our local community, local businesses, local students, and kind of meet in that nexus in the middle where we can put young people to work in our community and provide them with the skills that, should they want to pursue even higher educational heights and career heights, they can do that. So I was very excited to meet Dean and get introduced to SAE, and I'm encouraging our students to try to get involved, because this looks like an amazing program and it looks like an amazing opportunity and something that can help our college and, most importantly, our students grow and thrive. So thank you all for being here and listening to my spiel for a couple minutes. We're a great program. Everything is designed so that our courses direct students to be able to get their ASE certifications. We're very industry specific, but also provide those opportunities for our students to get their associates and then move into an engineering program, advance themselves. And it doesn't matter if it's right after our program or 10 years down the road. We want them to be ready for whatever they want to do, wherever life's going to take them. So, Dean, thank you very much.
Okay, we'll open up here from EXP.
Thank you very much. Okie dokie. Awesome. How's everybody feeling tonight? Oh, come on now. I know it's late, but how are we feeling tonight? There we go. All right, so I'm here to talk about EXP, the Opportunity Engine. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Long Beach. We've been around since 1999, going on a 26th year, very exciting. What we do, our mission is that we prepare students for a better life. We help unlock doors and get them the experience and confidence they need to pursue successful in career, school, and life. So what do? We have 4 pillars that we, all EXP words, that we support our high school students. So right now, we are in 14 high schools across Southern California, LA County, Orange County, and we have 2 schools in Barstow, California. What we do is we bring in professionals like you, connect them to the students in high school, showing them all the career possibilities that are available to them. They might not know that there's such a job as, transforming buses and trucks into electric. They might not know that job exists. They might not know that there are jobs at the port, and that's how we got started, was with the Port of Los Angeles. So now we're get our students to explore, to express, to experience, and to expand their careers, future. Sorry, nervous. So first, exploration. What do we do with the exploration? We introduce students to careers that are out there. We have our events, for example, that's a picture with the Toyota Mirai that the students could draw on at our career discovery event that took place at Cal State Dominguez Hills. We bring all the companies out, we introduce students to all these careers, talk to all these professionals so they get to know what's possible for them out there. For expression, this is when we connect students to mentors. We get them one-on-one, caring adult, to help them, guide them through the careers, talk to them about what's possible, give them the confidence they need to succeed. Then experience part. Now this is the fun part. Who's in here? I know you guys are here. have hosted EXP interns for the summer. Back there, Battleship, Iowa. So we do prepare our students for career readiness. In the junior year, we teach them how to write resume, cover letter, do interviews, conduct themselves professionally in a workplace. They go through all of that, they apply for a summer paid internship, and we place them, just like the Iowa did. And we get them the experience they need at this point going into senior year, already have a professional experience in their resume that we taught them to write. And they can go on to apply for college or apply for a job right after high school. And the other part is expansion. Expansion, we connect them to all these people, good folks like you, so they can expand their network, open more doors. You know, some of these students that we serve are in underserved communities. All they know is just their city. At this point, we bring our professionals like yourself coming in, showing them that there's possibilities outside beyond your city, outside beyond your walls, and now you know somebody else in the industry that you aspire to be in. Now you have another person you can talk to get you to where you need to be. So that's our 4 pillars. Now, as of last school year, we served 6,200 students across Southern California. Again, I said before, we're in 14 schools, and we're serving 17 unique pathways across everywhere. And many of those pathways have something to do with the future of automotive. We support a pathway in STEAM, engineering, environmental careers, logistics, and also IT. And these are the future of our students. Our partners, like I've mentioned, we have partners everywhere. As Evolectric actually hosted our students at their workplace, which is really cool to get to tour the facility. But we have folks everywhere, every industry, all across Southern California and beyond to support our students. How do you support our students? Sponsorship is one thing, donations another, but we love to have your time and your talent to share with our students. We bring in guest speakers to our high schools to talk to our students about your career, about your journey. That I spoke to somebody earlier about how our careers is never a straight line, right? It's a jungle gym. Sometimes you go up, sometimes you come down, sometimes you go sideways, sometimes you go upside down to get somewhere. And that's what we like our students to hear about from you. If it's not the treasure, we'll gladly take your time and your talent to share with our students. So, I think that's it. Did I just... And so upcoming events, just to showcase what we're having going on for us, next week is our Women in STEM Career Day. LA Harbor College is hosting us. We have 30 companies coming, about 120 volunteers to come talk to our students about the career possibility for women in STEM. In March, we are a part of the South Bay Business Expo that's happening at the Cal State Dominguez Hills. This is where business connects with college students and other folks looking to expand their business. And we're a partner because the South Bay Business Expo executive director, he just left. He's one of our students that graduated from Narbonne High School. So now he's gone on and do great things and connect back with us. April 2nd, The Future is Working is a day of giving online. Stick around and we can talk about that some more. And finally, April 30th is our gala, Oceans of Opportunities, taking place at the Hotel Maya in Long Beach. We're honoring Assemblymember Mike Gibson, Brisa Sotelo Vargas from Valero. Our alumni award is going to Christine Pina, who is working for the Port of Los Angeles, and also Bank of America. It's a big to-do, it's fun. Our students are coming out and showcasing what they're working on to look towards the future of the workforce. And that is me, that is us. Scan there, connect with us, and I have all the flyers in the world back there to connect with you guys, so come see me after. Thank you.
Daniel, you want to come up and talk about LACI? I'll be lazy, I'm not going to jump off the stage this time.
Good evening, everyone. Let me rush to thank Dean for the opportunity to be here in the Lions Automobilia Foundation. My name is Daniel Ferguson, and I'm the Senior Advisor at LACI, better known as the Los Angeles Clean Tech Incubator. And I'm standing in for my colleague who's in Washington, D.C., Colleen Menard, who's our Green Jobs Regional Partnership Director. I just want to share a bit about LACI. I don't have any slides, but I promise you I'll leave the contact information at the end of the presentation. Los Angeles Clean Tech Incubator is a nonprofit situated in the Arts District of downtown Los Angeles with the mission to create an inclusive green economy throughout Los Angeles County. Really the thrust and the core of our business model is to incubate promising clean tech startups. One of those startups will be Evo Electric, that I'm sure you all will hear from shortly. We also have 3 pillars. One is enhancing community to make sure that folks within the community, especially from underrepresented communities, are engaged in every clean tech stage, from ideation, deployment, and workforce. We also transform markets, making sure that promising startups have an opportunity to be engaged in policy and deploy pilots within local communities to make sure that their technology is working and is effective. And our Unlocking Innovation pillar is where we incubate our clean tech startups by providing executive coaching to startups that specialize in clean energy, clean transportation, and also smart and sustainable cities. Where workforce comes in is us being able to have a talent pipeline for our startups and partner organizations. And so previously I served as a Senior Director of Workforce Development at LACI, where I designed workforce programs. And since 2019, we've been able to serve well over 600 participants. We have a host of programs, and I'm sure you all are here to hear about our electric vehicle related programs, which include our electric vehicle supply equipment training in partnership with Charger Help, also known as Smarter Help nowadays. We also have an EV training program that we launched well back in 2021 with Los Angeles Trade Tech College. But we also have a lot of industry agnostic trainings that are complementary to be able to accelerate a lot of the technologies that are being deployed, like project management, business development training, supply chain and logistics, and so many other trainings that we offer. And so we're getting ready to launch a product design and development training opportunity in the next couple of months alongside of distributed energy resource management systems. So you're probably asking, how do these relate to electric vehicles? Well, for product and design, you learn how to design products through 3D printing and also being able to manage the product life cycle as well. And for DERMs, whenever technology is deployed, we need EV charging stations, we also need solar panels, and so that means we need microgrids. Now, how do all these microgrids communicate with one another, especially on the heels of the 2028 Olympics? Well, they have to be managed by a distributed energy resource management systems platform. So there's many of opportunities that we offer here at LACI, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Where our Green Jobs Regional Partnership comes in is making sure that all of these lofty goals we have leading up to 2028 as it relates to having enough electric vehicle supply equipment technicians, EV technicians, are met. So we project that there's going to be a need for about 1,500 folks that know how to work on charging stations, about 4,400 folks that need to know how to work on electric vehicles. So this is where our training program is super effective. And so if you have any questions about our program, want to learn more, if you want to learn more from Colleen about our regional partnership, just simply email workforce@laci.org. That's workforce@laci.org, and happy to share more information with you. Thank you.
Where's Joe Escobar? Let's come up and talk about SEMA. Before we partnered with SEMA, I think the best we ever drew on a student event was about 150, maybe 175. Now with SEMA, we're bouncing over 500 potentially.
What's up, you guys? My name is Joe. I talked to a few of you guys today, and a few guys at some other events. Dean asked it earlier, but by a show of hands, can I see who's been to the SEMA show? Loris. I know she's been. She's actually a recipient of one of our scholarships last year, so that's what I'm here to talk about today. Yes. Congratulations. So SEMA does this really cool thing where we give back to students to try to encourage them to pursue careers in the automotive industry. So we have a scholarship and a loan forgiveness program. For the scholarship program, you can win up to $5,000 towards your education. And so that's for high school seniors, 18 and up, college students, community college, vocational school, tech schools. As long as you're automotive related, you guys can apply for the scholarship. Applications are open until April 3rd, so you guys have some time if there's anybody interested out there. And you can apply for it multiple times if there's any winners out there. And if you guys work for a SEMA member company after graduation, we have something called the Loan Forgiveness Program that if you have any student loans, we give you $2,000 towards that to pay off. And that's also renewable, so you can apply for it every year. So that's really cool. We have a few events coming up, like Dean said. March 7th, I'm going to be at the SEMA Garage hosting a table, kind of giving you information about the scholarship again. Highly encourage you guys to attend that. The companies that come out are super eager to talk to you, and the atmosphere is awesome. It's, like Dean said, projected 500 students, just students and faculty and advisors and people that really want to be there, and just, it's a great place to network, which is super important. That's one of the things that we really encourage with the scholarship program. And also, if there are any high school students out there, there will be an event at the Peterson Museum on March 11th, the Wednesday, and it's going to be a similar career fair type event, and I'll also be at that. So, super quick, that was my thing. Actually, one more thing. If there's any instructors out there, we actually do have a part of the scholarship and loan forgiveness program, the SEMA student program. We actually allow instructors to bring students out to the SEMA show. Basically what it is we give you guys tickets to come out as long as you have a 1 instructor to 5 student ratio, and you attend 2 student program events, and then you guys get access to the entire show for the week. So if there's any instructors interested, you guys can come up to me and I can give you more info.
Yeah, it's an amazing show. Wear your best walking shoes you own. Arnold from DSF Werks made it here, so Arnold, come on up. So.
Did anyone today get a text from Dean? Like a text? Raise your hand if you did. So I know a lot of people, but I just want to thank Dean. You can own all these cars. It doesn't impress me. What really impresses me is someone's character, and Dean is really out to help DSF Werks, and I just want to thank you. So DSF Werks, we are a nonprofit, and an article was just written about us. And DSF Werks, quote, addresses a systemic failure. And after taking over the program 8 months ago, I'm really starting to see and notice it. And that failure is relationships and community. And yeah, we work on cars, but I am going to say that community is what brings us together. And that's the glue at DSF Werks. So raise your hand if you've ever been to a Motor Monday. All right, close your eyes and imagine 20 Dean cases. Dean case like characters, right? And who here, raise your hand if you like to wrench. Okay? And raise your hand if you hate to wrench sometimes. Right? It's a love-hate. So I call it wrench therapy on a Monday night from 5 to 8 o'clock. And you get to eat and we feed you burgers and dogs. But that is what we host every Monday. And Dean has, and that's what brings people together. But that's Monday, and then Tuesday through Thursday, it's really workforce development. We started off as working with emancipated foster youth. Our co-founder, Joel Lube, fostered over 17 children, but the staggering statistic was that 1 out of every 2 foster children who out-aged the foster system, within 2 years become incarcerated or homeless, right? So that's how it started. What it is now is that we're opening up to pretty much young adults with barriers to employment. So we have internships, apprenticeships, and what we do is we teach them about cars, but that's the cherry on top. What we're really teaching them how to be is good people, right? And you have so many people in our community that are willing to give to this program and believe in our program, and Dean Case is one of those individuals. So if you don't follow us already, we're DSF Werks, and that's DSF, W-E-R-K-S. You'll see a bunch of people with the shirts. But that's us in a gist, and I just want to say thank you, Dean, for allowing me to have a couple minutes.
Jason, come up, talk about your group. This one's brand new, so he has a logo, and he'll tell us what else he has so far. The joy of starting a new organization from scratch, right? Yeah. It all starts with the logo.
I haven't seen your check come yet, though. You got that in the mail? Lose my voice and have water up here with me. Dean's right. We're brand new on the block. So first and foremost, thank you everyone for having us here tonight. My name is Jason Kerstetter. I'm with the Gear Her Up Foundation. We're a brand new kid on the block. So I thought instead of talking about what we're doing, I thought it would be nice to talk about why we're doing what we're doing. When you look around the room tonight, we have educators, industry professionals, students, parents, nonprofit partners. You're looking at something very powerful. You're looking at the future of automotive. And the future is not just electric, it's not just autonomous, it's not just connected. It's human, it's diverse, it's skilled, and it must be intentional. Now, if you had asked a 20-year-old me living in Prairie Village, Kansas, where would I end up? I would have never said automotive. I love cars, played with Matchbox cars as a kid, watched races, but I'm not a mechanic. And when I was in high school, the only kids that were in shop class were the ones that were not going to go to college. Or so I thought. This is where I think we should pause, and I'll mention one of the core pillars of the Gear Her Up Foundation. Your perceptions shape your perspective. It's important to state this now. As you see, this is the common theme that plagues our industry. And our industry at core is, and this is at our core is the core of the Gear Her Up Foundation. In the late 90s, I was an English lit major at the University of Missouri. I was headed to law school. I loved writing, analysis, and if you ask my wife, I loved arguing. But I knew nothing about torque specs or gear ratios. But during my junior year, I was looking for an internship for the summer. I had a friend that told me about the Toyota internship program, and so I reached out. Unfortunately, I missed the window. They had already filled the program. My opportunity was gone. Excuse me. The opportunity was closed. And so I thought, unbeknownst to me though, during my senior year in the fall, I got an email from Toyota. They wanted to interview me for an actual job. But I was going to go to law school. Oh well, I thought, you know what, I might as well interview. It's just good practice to take that interview and just prepare myself for whatever the future holds. So interview number 1 was a phone interview. It was a blur. I didn't prepare, but I passed, which moved me on to interview 2. A day in the field with a Toyota rep. That was very important in my path moving forward. Because when I met up with him, I assumed, and I assumed correctly, he had a degree in automotive technology. So I was thinking to myself, oh God, here we go. He's going to start asking me a bunch of questions that are mechanical. I'm not going to know any of this stuff, but if he wants to talk about a book, I got you, right? But here was the cool part. We went to 3 dealerships that day. Not one conversation was about fixing a car. The conversations were about sales, sales strategy, marketing, and the dealership financials. That was extremely interesting to me. it changed my thought process on what they were doing day in and day out. Interview number 3. So, past my day in the field, I get my call for interview number 3. Remember, I'm a kid in Kansas. They said they wanted to fly me out to California on a Wednesday night, put me through a full day of interviews on a Thursday with all the executives at Toyota, but they would give me a hotel and a car through Sunday. So I was like, sweet, this is great. I don't even care about this job. I don't even know what I'm applying for, but hey, I'll take a weekend in California, right? Sign me up. Had to go to Men's Warehouse, bought myself my first suit, and hopped on that plane and came out here. But why would they want me, right? And then I got a job offer. So now the moment of truth is here. That one email for an internship changed my path. That one day in the field changed my perception. And the combination of both reshaped my perspective of an industry. Within 3 months, my entire life plan had completely changed trajectory. I entered an industry that I knew nothing about, but I did have a passion for cars. And I fell in love with it. Not just the cars, the people, the problem solving, the innovation, the pace, the constant evolution. Sometimes the career you're meant for is not the one you plan. Rather, it's the one that opens up when you take a leap of faith and try something new. My path was unconventional, but here's the thing. The future workforce we will also have to be unconventional. The automotive and mobility industries are transforming faster than ever. We don't just need technicians. We need thinkers, designers, communicators, data analysts, engineers, creative marketers, and leaders. We need people with English Lit degrees, and coding degrees, and welding certificates, and robotics training. And we need to hook them earlier than ever. At the Gear Her Up Foundation, we focus on something very specific. We focus on girls. Not because boys don't matter, but because girls are still dramatically underrepresented in automotive and technical fields. And not because they lack ability, because they lack exposure and opportunity. They lack a path. If a 17-year-old girl never sees herself in a shop, if she never meets a female technician, if she never holds a wrench or programs a diagnostic tool, if no one ever tells her she belongs, she won't choose it. Not because she can't, but because she doesn't see herself there. That is what we're changing. To the students in the room, if you do not have your life figured out, you don't have to follow a straight line. You can pivot, you can surprise yourself, you can say yes to an opportunity that wasn't in your 5-year plan. If an English Lit major can build a career in automotive, your path is wide open. To the parents and educators, the skilled trades are not backup plans. They are high skill, high demand, high paying, and high impact careers. Encourage curiosity, normalize tools, let exploration be okay. And to my colleagues in the industry, if we want a workforce pipeline, we must build it. We cannot complain about shortages and then sit back. Train differently, hire differently, and intentionally include women, not symbolically, but structurally. Because the future of automotive innovation depends on the full talent pool, not half of it. Before I leave you tonight, I have 2 asks. First, to the educators. If you're hosting a career day, STEM night, or leadership summit, please reach out. We will show up, we will bring energy, we will bring real pathways. Exposure changes everything. Second, invest in the future. Yes, I would love for you to donate to the Gear Her Up Foundation, and we have a QR code back there. But I also encourage you to support the other incredible organizations represented here tonight, because none of us can solve this alone. Workforce development is not a competition, it's an ecosystem. Our youth, they're not somebody else's problem. They're ours to foster. We won't just talk about the future of automotive education, we will build it. Let's gear her up. Thank you.
I actually stay up here. If we get all the other speakers to come up, if we want to do I know Miles wants to do a photo op, and I'd like to give a shout out. Miles Regan is a professional photographer who donates his services for SAE. So if you're looking to hire a photographer, get a business card from Miles. In the back, TJ Gillon is an amazing video artist and video, he donates his services for us. So if you need to hire a video guy, hire TJ. But if there's any open questions, the museum's open until 8:30 if you want to explore the rest of it. We have an upcoming meeting. Who here knows what a spec P71 is? Only one person. P71, that's the old Crown Vic with a police package. People are turning them into race cars. And we're going to have a technical presentation on that on March 18th right here. And then for those, the EVO Electric, we had a presentation from them. That is on our SAE SoCal YouTube channel. So this will be one of those rare times. Take out your phone, go to YouTube, and find the SAE SoCal chapter there, and take a look. There's some great videos there.